So as I mentioned last month, Jon, since you are undefeated, 5-0 at Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia, and since I'm treating this like a wrestler moving up the cards in the territorial era, this month's challenge is for a championship. If you win, you will become the Charting the Territories United Continental America's trivia champion.
Oh, boy. Oh, man.
And if the unfortunate happens and you do not win, you will move down the cards and try to build yourself back up for another title shot.
No shame in that.
Yes, none at all. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I want our listeners to know that Jon typically does not know who his challenger is until right now when we record the segment. However, this month, in what will probably be a one-time only thing, I gave you a list of 3 people, one of whom is this month's challenger. The reason I did this, all 3 people have been a part of the Scenic City Invitational, the annual wrestling tournament in Chattanooga that Charting the Territories is a sponsor of this year. They've all been involved in the Scenic City in some capacity. And since the current indie wrestling scene isn't your forte, I wanted to give you the chance to familiarize yourself with the potential challengers. So I listed 3 names, and one of them is your challenger for this month. So let's meet your challenger for this month's edition of Jon Plays Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia.
My name is Daniel Makabe, and I challenge Jon Boucher to a round of Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia.
Daniel Makabe, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am an independent professional wrestler based out of Western Canada, New Westminster, British Columbia. I began wrestling in the fall of 2003, which technically makes me a 20-year vet, even though I don't really feel like one. I have traveled all over the world, North America, Europe, having competed for many independent promotions, both large scale and small scale. And some of my career highlights would be winning the 2019 Scenic City Invitational in Chattanooga, Tennessee, as well as winning the Ambition 12 tournament in the spring of 2020 in Oberhausen, Germany. I am in the midst of my retirement tour, for lack of a better word. By the time you hear this, I will have hopefully had some very well-regarded matches in the greater Philadelphia area during WrestleMania weekend. But still to come, this coming week is a very large match indeed against one Mr. Zack Sabre Jr. That is for Prestige Wrestling in Portland, Oregon. There are still standing room tickets only. It's like 1,000 cap room, and they're sold out of the seats. So it's,
and the date on that?
Sunday, April 14th. And you can also watch that live on IWTV if you are not in the Pacific Northwest. So that's a big one for me. I mean, he's one of the most regarded technical wrestlers of the last decade or so, and someone that I've not been lucky enough to share a ring with. But that will change very soon. And then going forward, we will have more matches, to announce in the coming weeks and months, which if you follow me on social media, you can hear all about them. But my final match will be night 1 of SCI 2024, Friday, July 12th in Chattanooga, Tennessee at the TWE Arena. And if tickets are still available, if you are in the area or lots of people are traveling. People are coming from Japan specifically to see my final match. Another person I know who is very close to pulling the trigger on coming from Germany as well for said final match. And the opponent is still TBD, but that will be a huge weekend, and that will also be streaming live on IWTV.
So we've got fans from all over the world flying in to watch Daniel wrestle. Are we going to have fans from all over the world tuning into this podcast to hear him challenge Jon Boucher to a round of Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia? I guess we're about to find out. Jon, you're going up against an independent wrestling veteran of over 20 years who has literally traveled the world. What are your thoughts?
I did not train for this very well. I could tell you that much. Also, he has a very wonderful speaking voice. Like I hope he gets into commentary or broadcasting after his in-ring career is over, because I think he's got a great speaking voice.
He's also a very talented musician, Jon. You should check out his Twitter account, Daniel Makabe.
I will
for more on that. But before we begin, let's go over the rules. Both Daniel and Jon will have 20 seconds to answer each question. I will ask Daniel all 4 questions first, while Jon is in our isolation chamber. Wink, wink. Daniel, you can ask for a hint for one of the first 3 questions only. You must ask for the hint at the time the question is asked. The 20-second clock will be stopped while the hint is given, and you cannot ask for a hint for the 4th question. However, if you do ask for a hint, Jon will automatically be given the same hint for the same question and be given a hint for the 4th question. The correct answer to each question is what's written on the actual game card. The game was released in 1987, and on occasion I may, before asking the question, offer a little bit of clarification if I feel the question is worded weirdly. If both Daniel and Jon answer the same number of questions correctly, there will be a bonus question for a tiebreaker. Jon, will you please step into the isolation chamber, put on your noise-canceling headphones, as well as your official WrestleMania 7 Jake versus the Model souvenir blindfold?
Yes, I will do that. I'm doing that now. Goodbye.
All right. Daniel, Jon is safely sequestered in the isolation chamber. Are you ready to play Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia?
I am ready.
Question number 1. How many separate times did Lou Thesz hold the NWA World Heavyweight title?
Oh, boy. This is a bit of an educated guess, but I'm going to go with
10 seconds.
3.
3 is incorrect. The answer is 6.
Wow.
Now, I will say that does appear to include the pre-1948 title lineage that they sort of said was part of the same title. But again, that's what's written on the card, and Jon will have the same question asked the same way. So, but
that is fair.
Question number 2. Whose WWF World Heavyweight Championship belt was reportedly stolen from his car in 1965 while he ate dinner in New York City?
I'm just based on the time frame. I'm going to say Bruno Sammartino.
Bruno Sammartino is correct. Daniel is 1 for 2. So let's move on to question number 3. And before I ask this question, I will note the question is worded awkwardly. The answer is one person, not multiple people. So question number 3, who were the winners of Pro Wrestling Illustrated Magazine's Manager of the Year in 1981?
Oh, boy. I'll take a hint.
Okay. With 9 seconds elapsed, you have taken the hint. Here is the hint. He just wanted to have fun.
I don't know if that helps me. Oh, no.
5 seconds.
Lou Albano.
Lou Albano is correct.
Oh, man.
And here, so I write the hints, obviously. I thought that one was really easy.
You know what? As soon as the words came out of my mouth, I realized, yes, okay, I totally get what the hint it means now. So, yes. But it took me a second.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're 2 for 3, and we go on to question number 4. Question number 4 is a true or false question. And of course, Daniel, you cannot ask for a hint for this question. So true or false? You may bend an opponent's fingers according to the NWA rules.
That sounds like it should be false.
Daniel, you are correct. According to the official NWA rules, or at least one of the 2 versions I found online, that those are, you are not allowed to bend an opponent's fingers. So Daniel, you got 3 questions out of 4 correct. Let's go ahead and signal for Jon to come out of the isolation chamber. Jon, Daniel Makabe correctly answered 3 out of 4 questions.
Oh, wow.
He also used a hint on question number 3.
Okay.
So you will automatically get the same hint for that question and get a hint for question number 4. So, John, are you ready?
I'm ready, baby. Let's do this.
Question 1. How many separate times did Lou Thesz hold the NWA World Heavyweight title?
7.
7 is incorrect.
No. Oh.
The answer is 6. Move on to question number 2. Whose WWF World Heavyweight Championship belt was reportedly stolen from his car in 1965 while he ate dinner in New York City?
That's Bruno's. That was after a match with Tarzan Tyler.
That is correct.
Okay.
Question number 3. And before I ask this question, I will note the question is worded awkwardly. The answer is one person, not multiple people. Okay. And I'll ask the question. I'll immediately give you a hint. So, who were the winners of Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine's Manager of the Year in 1981? Your hint: he just wanted to have fun. Ten seconds.
Captain Lou Albano.
Captain Lou Albano is correct.
Okay.
I thought that hint was really easy. I thought that made it a giveaway, but all right, I guess not, because Daniel also took a little time to get it as well.
I was again, I was really thrown by the wording of the question.
Right.
I was even though you said it was worded awkwardly, I was trying to reword it correctly in my head instead of thinking about the correct answer.
Okay. All right, well, John, you need to get this one right to go to the bonus round to have a chance at winning.
Oh, jeez.
And remember, you will get a hint for this question.
Okay.
So, question 4. True or false? You may bend an opponent's fingers according to the NWA rules. The hint: there are 2 versions of official NWA rules floating around online, one from 1974 and one from 2002. The answer to this question is based on the 2002 version of the rules that Larry Madisick helped craft.
I'm going to say no, that is against the rules.
So you're saying false.
False.
That is correct. Woo, comes down to the wire, but John able to tie Daniel Makabe. That means we go to the bonus question for a tiebreaker. Before I ask the bonus question, let's go over the rules for it. You will each have 15 seconds to answer the bonus question. The correct answer to the question is a whole number greater than 0. Daniel will be asked the question first, and John will then choose if he thinks the correct answer is higher or lower than the answer Daniel gave. So here is the bonus question. According to Royal Duncan and Gary Will's wrestling title histories, how many times did Gene Kiniski hold the Pacific Coast Heavyweight Championship?
Wow, this is going to be a shot in the dark. We'll go with 5.
All right, Daniel has answered 5. John, do you think the number of times Gene Kiniski held the Pacific Coast Heavyweight title was higher or lower than 5? Five seconds.
Higher. I'm going to go higher.
Gene Kiniski held the Pacific Coast Heavyweight title 7 times. 7 is higher than 5, so congratulations, John. You are now sweating like a beast. I can tell. I can see it from all the way from Atlanta. You are now the Charting the Territories United Continental America's champion.
By the skin of my teeth.
Which only means that more and more people will be coming out of the woodwork gunning for you.
Man, that was close.
I've got quite the list of people who want to challenge you, so get ready to defend that title now. Now you have the champion's dilemma of now having to defend it. But woo, that was probably one of the two biggest sweats. That one and Zellner.
Oh yeah. I'm kicking myself for the Fez one. I don't know what I as soon as I, oh man. Wow. Okay.
Doesn't matter. You were just letting your opponent look good in their defeat.
Giving him a shine, Yeah.
Yes, which of course is the role of a champion. So well deserved championship run. We've been doing this segment for 6 months, and Jon, you have won every single time. So congratulations.
Great match. Great competitor.